All right, state of the condo, 2 months in, and this is the first update I've done in a little bit of a while. Who says that? Actually, I did a recording last week, but then I never got around to editing it, and now it's like outdated. It's too old to post. And last week I was very sick anyway, but I'll get to that. Anyway, starting from the beginning. So pretty much the first month here was just getting situated, buying things, getting sorted out, and and working as well. So just getting settled in, and that was pretty much the entire first month. The next 3 weeks, December into January, we're traveling. I was hardly ever home at all, and I was going all around, I'd say the country, but also went to other countries, all around the world, maybe. Then came home and it was New Year's and went to that. After New Year's, which is about a little over a week ago, I got sick during New Year's, got a cold, and it was actually one of the worst colds I've had in definitely 4 years. This cold just would not go away. It was like I was constantly coughing, and my nose was. I switched from tissue to just toilet paper, just because I went through a whole roll of just blowing my nose. I would say probably every 5 minutes. Just terrible. In fact, I thought I had super immunity, like I never got sick, but I think it was I never got sick because I was just never around sick people, and so I had no immunity. So when I did get sick, my body just didn't know how to fight it or deal with it, and I tried to rest. So tried not to make things get worse, but it just did. And finally, I was just kind of stuck on NyQuil to keep the symptoms down, but yeah, it was bad. But I finally cleared up about yesterday, I think, and I'd say I'm 99% now. So it's good. So now I can do all the things, because exercise has been awful. I have done, aside from walking down to the store, nothing. Got my weights. I'm all set to do it. I got everything out, and I'm ready to go running again. But I meant to the first of the year, but then, like I said, sick for a week. So now I can finally start exercising. It's going to be different. I don't have my pull-up bar anymore. I don't have the barbell anymore. Bench press, the Nautilus, all that's gone. All I have is a pair of 35-pound dumbbells, but you can do a lot with the dumbbells. So I'm going to use that for a while and see how it goes. And I probably will get a pull-up bar, but it's going to be different. And running, you can run anywhere. I just need outside, and I got running shoes. So I got a lot of running shoes. Got more running shoes than any other type of shoe. And as far as how do I like Seattle? How is Seattle? It's okay. It's just, I'm always honest about it. It's okay. And there are things I definitely miss about Pleasanton, but I would say the life I had there was already gone. Everybody I knew moved away and things closed down. So it wasn't like what I miss no longer exists. I'll put it that way. So I feel like there's no point in staying there. There's no point in going back. I wouldn't say I'd never go back to California, but for now, this works. It's just, I still consider it a temporary thing. I don't consider it a long time thing, but how long is temporary? I don't know. Months or years, I just don't know. In fact, the last place I was at meant to be like a year, and it turned out to be 13. So you never know in these kind of things. I don't think this will be 13 though. And I would say the people here are overall friendly. I think in most places, more paranoid people here than other places. I guess it's just because of a big city, and you've just got a lot of people on the streets that are kind of up to no good. Not just filled, but there's a higher number of people like that. So I've noticed at a few places, people to say, "Hey, what's your name?" Trying to greet, introduce myself to a serving staff. I'm like, why? I'm just being friendly. So that was kind of weird. In fact, I would not have tipped that person if I hadn't been served by other people. I do reserve the right to refuse a tip if you are rude, and that was kind of rude. But another place, I was at UPS, and I had to enter the phone number or the store number of the UPS store to find an address. So I asked the clerk, "Hey, what's the store number here?" He's like, "Why?" And he didn't want to give me the store number. It's like, what am I going to do with that information? What is someone nefarious going to do with that kind of information? Finally, I was trying to explain. It's on the phone. I got okay, give it to me. It was just that sort of people are just very, not in general, but I think some people are. There's just more people like that here, it seems like. But conversely, I went into a Amazon Fresh store, which is kind of cool, and the person there was extremely friendly and greeting and helpful. So it's I'm not generalizing all people like that. It's just you got all types, but it just seems to be a little more of the people that are just a little paranoid. I don't know, the stranger danger type thing. There's the way I was dressed, the haircut, I don't know. And I have got most of my things situated. I've bought everything I think I need. Groceries, I'm always running out of food. That's been tough. And I try to cut down on ordering takeout. It's not healthy, or delivery, just because the fees. I mean, if you do $20 of like Indian food, just one entree and some rice and naan, it suddenly becomes $40 because there's a tip and the service fee and the delivery fee and whatever. They add all these fees on it. And I thought, I'm paying twice as much for, like, by having it delivered, when the street, I mean, it's about a couple miles away, but if I walk, which I did yesterday, $20 cost $20. So I try to do that. It's just, the fees. I mean, it's like, that's like that everywhere, but I try to think about that. It's like, I don't know if I'll throw away that kind of money for like absolutely no reason. It's like, and I'm not saying they don't deserve it. If you deliver, I mean, it's a service, but I could avoid that just by getting out of the door and walking down and just picking it up myself. And if I do takeout where there's no service at all, then there's no tip. It's stupid to do otherwise. I'm not buying into all the things people say you have to do. I have to do what I have to do, what I need to do. Yeah. And as far as the weather, it's about high 40s right now. It hasn't been like freezing in a while. We did have some weather when I was gone that was so cold you couldn't actually walk on the streets. It was like ice rain. It makes the sheet of ice everywhere, and you basically just cannot walk, and definitely cannot drive. And the people that do, you see on YouTube videos, because they're causing accidents all over the place. I miss that. So now it's like pretty much the same as it is back home, except it's raining a lot back home where I came from, back in California. It's raining a lot, way more there than it is here. Here it's just constant sprinkling, but back there it's just flooding, which they need. I mean, I guess they don't need it all at once, but they do need it. So yeah, that's been interesting, the fact that it's like raining more in California than it is here. But so far, weather hasn't been, it's just constant rain. But otherwise, once this is gone, and we do get some sunny days, it's not like I haven't seen the sun at all. So it's just more rain. So in summary, what do I like most? What am I really enjoying it here? Yeah, it is kind of, there's a lot of freedom of having the entire place to yourself. The cleanliness is at the level I want it to be. Noise level is what I kind of want it to be inside. Bills, how much power I use, the temperature. It's just nice having that full control. It does cost more, not splitting with people, but you can't do that forever. I had roommates for many, many years, and there was a lot of pros and cons about it, but one of the huge pros is you save a lot of money. I was trying to think about that. It's over the years, it's probably saved me $100,000 easily just by having roommates. So that's been a kind of a cool thing. And then, yeah, the location is kind of cool, being able to walk down nice fancy neighborhoods. It's not as nice in the rain, of course, but being able to kind of walk to the shops and restaurants, I don't do that a lot, but that's kind of a nice perk about it. Yeah, no gardening, but I didn't mind, or no, I would say lawn maintenance, I didn't mind doing all that. I kind of like doing that kind of stuff. No, gardening is actually a con. I miss gardening. Things I don't like are smallest. I don't dwell on negative things because I don't like watch the news, like Seattle news or whatever, because all they do is, it's the news. They're going to talk about negative stuff. It doesn't do me any good to focus on the negative. I don't even like hearing negative things, what's going on in neighborhoods or the city. It's just, why obsess about it? It doesn't do me any good. So if I'm going to stay positive, I got to feed myself positive things, or expose myself to positive things. I would say the biggest con is probably just being in a condo. There is noise from creaking. They did not build the floors too well. They're too shallow and it creaks, and so you can hear footsteps. It's just, that was really poorly designed, because I noticed at hotels, I never hear people above and below. I just never do. Maybe sometimes the walls on the side, but that I don't hear here. I just hear above and below. Anyway, there's the creaking, and sometimes TVs, and sometimes snoring. So that's kind of a con. But other than that, yeah, and I just gotta, I can't, be too loud, or I gotta be careful of the weights and stuff. So I would say that's a con. And yeah, not having a garage is a con too. But I've talked about that before. Anyway, overall, it works for now. That's kind of the bottom line, is it's working for now. How long? I don't know. I'm just, no point in really trying to find somewhere else right at the moment, but I'm kind of keeping that in mind in the future. I don't know where. I have no idea where. So anyway, state of the condo, January 13th. Yes, January 13th, Friday the 13th. Interesting. 2023.